guys, this is the Media Men. I'm Keegan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Lucas.
And this week was episode 4 of Flash. Now, Flash had a lot going on, so we're going to start at the beginning. What did you two think?
Well, Keegan, I think we should start at the end and work backwards. But I thought it was really
the end was pretty crazy, I thought at least. I think it's leading up to a pretty big episode 5.
Yeah, next week's episode seems like it's going to be really interesting. But this whole episode was really cool. I like how they brought in 2 different potential candidates, even though we knew who it was going to be based on trailers and interviews and stuff, but that was still cool.
And let's be honest, we liked the guy that became the Firestorm better than the other guy anyway.
Yeah, the other guy was a dick.
He was a dick. But I really liked him. I thought he had a good opening scene, too. Kind of had, like, a heroic sense just from the start, even, like, 2 years ago when the particle accelerator exploded.
Yeah, he just won the football game.
I thought it was kind of interesting that his backstory was, like, similar to, like, the backstories that we have seen in the comics from Cyborg. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I did notice that, because Cyborg was a football star who got really messed up, right?
Correct.
Playing football. Yeah, that is interesting.
I think the guy, Jax, he fits really well into the team, though. Like, he's got a good chemistry with the rest of the members.
Oh, yeah. He looks really good as Firestorm, too. I think I look like him more, just visually, over Ronnie. And I don't mean that in, like, an attractiveness sort of way. I just think he looks better on fire. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. We didn't really see the other guy on fire, though. Like, we saw him, like, with an aura, but
no,
he didn't quite have the whole Firestorm.
I didn't like the way they brought him into the lab with, like, just the suit chilling in the background there.
Yeah, I don't like that either. That was very reckless, I want to say.
I mean, yeah, they didn't know anything about this dude, obviously, when they brought him in, so it was really kind of stupid to have that. Unless, like, the whole world is privy to the fact that they work with the Flash.
I think this was the first time Caitlin really, like, dropped the ball on something. She was dead set on getting him to do it, and she, like, just went all in without really thinking about it too much. And it was the first time it caused some trouble for people.
Oh, yeah. Also, another thing that I actually didn't like was how...
no commentary on what I say, just skip into the next topic.
Well, it kind of has to do with what we were talking about the Flash suit just hanging out there, was because the fact that he so easily, Barry, introduced himself, like, that the new Firestorm knows him as the Flash. It's kind of weird.
I don't think he knows him as the Flash.
Well, he met Barry in Star Labs and then worked with the Flash to stop the other guy.
This is true. But it never explicitly showed him taking off his mask or anything. For all he knows, that Flash was just another dude.
Yeah, that's true.
But they left from the lab together.
They didn't. If you notice, Barry went behind him, took his suit, and took off without anyone looking back.
Okay.
I mean, it's possible, but I think we were meant to think that he knew.
Yeah, I think it's a strong possibility. And honestly, I'd rather have him just know. I don't want a whole, like, oh, what, with him. I don't think it's necessary, especially since I think Patty is going to have that revolutionary moment.
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think that maybe a dialogue or a line or two, to explain it would be fine. They don't need to devote an episode or an arc to it. Just kind of give us a little bit.
I thought when they were first, like, determining who was the better candidate or whatever, and Barry went and stole both of their blood without asking, I thought that was a little questionable of a move.
Yeah, they've been morally questionable this whole season so far.
Yeah, I think that went in line with the just lack of ethics that they've had this season, really.
Yeah, and they created the enemy of this episode.
That's true. But at the same time, it was kind of time sensitive that they got that information.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't think Jax would have approved of.
Oh, no.
Okay, but it's his blood, so it doesn't matter if it's time sensitive.
Like yeah, it's still ethically questionable, but I think in the situation, it just had to be done.
I think ultimately they did the right thing because Martin Stein was going to die, so I would say it's definitely a little more morally ambiguous, but I would argue that it would have been worse for them to waste time not doing it quickly.
But if you did notice, they did not kill someone this episode.
Yay!
Yay! Good work, team.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny to see that, they finally got one locked up.
I'm still waiting for them to, like, be in the little cells, but they're probably not going to be. They're probably just going to be dead.
Yeah. It's possible. I don't think they tried very hard to explain where they went. I'm pretty sure they're just dead. I don't think they're going to explain it any further.
They should. I haven't seen this really talked about much either, but it's just weird to me.
Yeah. I liked how Barry kind of came to an understanding at the end when he was talking to Joe that, like, the reason he dropped the ball with Patty so much before is because he didn't want to see the opportunity.
Yeah, I thought that was a good moment for Barry, because you really haven't even seen him and Iris really interact at all this season. So you kind of felt like they were going to move away because you've seen him and Patty more than you've seen him and Iris.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer that. I like him and Iris as friends, and I think they work well that way.
I think so too. I like Patty a lot.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the problem with certain elements of comic book TV shows is that, you know, you have this obligation to adhere to certain things from the comics. But I think they should just do whatever relationship is done best on the show. Like, they don't need to force him and Iris to happen.
And when he called her adorable.
She is adorable.
But I thought it was very cold-blooded of Iris when she just completely straight up was like, I don't want you in my life, talking to her mother.
I know, geez, she just told you she was going to die. God.
Yeah, but well, I'm even talking about the first time that they
okay.
met. That conversation was like probably a minute and a half long, including the awkward silence at the beginning.
Yeah, that's very true. I wasn't expecting her to react that way.
I wasn't either. I'm not upset that she did.
No.
I liked it a lot.
No, I liked it too. It felt like a real reaction.
That was a power move.
Yeah. Iris has been much better this season than I think she has been the entirety of the last season.
Yeah. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that she knows the secret of Barry, and she's not, like, trying to waste all her time figuring out who it is. She can actually, like, take action now.
Well, not only that, but there's no, like, weird love triangle where Eddie's, like, this awesome guy and Barry's this awesome guy, and she's just kind of being devious. Like, unintentionally, but, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
This works better. Oh, another huge revelation was that her mom has another kid, which I think is going to be Wally West.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any question of who it is. We know it's a son with the last name West, so and we know the actor that plays Wally West is black. I feel like the lines kind of fall into place here.
Well, she never said it was Joe's son. It was implied, but it wasn't said. So
it doesn't have to be his son. Oh, but he's the West. I see what you're saying. Okay.
But I agree with you guys that that's who it is. But
well, what if like the mom dies and then they took the son in and then he got their last name?
I mean, that's another option. But I'm just saying it doesn't have to be Joe's son.
Oh,
I
no,
think it is based on the mother's reaction when
I think so too.
Iris suggested it.
Also, she had the son 8 months after she left, which means she either had to cheat on Joe or was pregnant already when she left.
I'm going to say she was pregnant, but
yeah.
Also, cheating isn't that far-fetched of an idea for a drug addict bailing mom.
No, I don't think so either.
What does concern me is that she was a drug addict while she was pregnant.
Yeah.
At least partially.
That is really concerning.
I mean, I don't think anything's going to happen to Wally, but it just as something to think about. That's grossly irresponsible.
It is. Hey, one thing I just remembered was, where's Jay?
Jay Garrick?
Yeah, where was he in this episode?
He said he was gonna go at the end of the last episode. Wasn't he like, I gotta go shower and do a few things?
It could be. I could just be forgetting that.
He's probably
I just figured he would be in the lab with them when they were doing all that stuff, at least during the day.
He's probably still in the shower.
I think he was. I think he was just like settling down from like the decision that he's gonna stay. He might have just been like making his stay somewhere, you know?
Oh yeah, probably.
Where is he staying?
Maybe they gave him some money.
There might be a room in Star Labs or something too.
Yeah, that's too. He'd easily crash there.
Give him Gideon's old room.
That'd be cool.
It's a sweet room.
That is a sweet room. I'm so with having a room like that.
Another part of the episode that I really liked was when Jax was first in the lab the first time, and they were like, "Oh, come on, you would have superpowers. Who wouldn't want to have superpowers?" And Cisco was like, "Yeah, sign me up. I'd love that."
That's a good touch.
Yeah, it was.
And then at the end of the episode, when Stein told Cisco that he needs to let everyone. At first, I wasn't a big fan of Stein because I thought he was kind of overly intelligent and didn't fit in with anyone. But he's really became the father figure of the whole group. He's awesome.
He has.
I wish he was my grandpa.
He is a good guy. I think Cisco might take him to heart on that one and finally let everyone know. Maybe not next episode, but soon.
I'd say by the season finale. Like, I think there's going to be a moment where I think the show is going to orchestrate them and force them into a position where Cisco is going to have to reveal it.
And I think mid-season at the latest.
Yeah, I meant mid-season.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have those two pretty interesting things that happen at the end of the episode.
Yeah, holy shit. Wells with the save.
He clearly got that gun because he knew that would take down the shark guy.
Yeah.
So he's clearly there to help, at least in some capacity. Whether or not it's to his own benefit remains to be seen.
Well, in the teaser, it said that Zoom was terrorizing his Earth, and so he came through to stop Zoom.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. That's cool. I like that reason.
So I think he is going to be a good guy.
Yeah, no, I think he is.
Pretty awesome, because that's what we were all hoping for.
Yeah, I'm so good. He's a series regular. Oh man, I'm so excited.
That conversation though next week between him and everyone.
And I understand he has his face, but I really wish that they would stop saying Harrison Wells did this, Harrison Wells did that. Harrison Wells didn't do anything. He was killed like years before Star Labs.
Do you think Barry's going to have any sort of backlash for Joe when he finds out that's what Joe wasn't telling him?
No. I mean, like, it's possible, but I don't really see that fitting in. Like, I think Joe's just going to be like, I didn't think it was real at first, and I kind of wanted to check in further to make sure it wasn't like just someone seeing something.
Yeah, I feel like
Joe hadn't seen him in person yet.
No.
Yeah.
Now, if Joe had seen him and then didn't say something, then I think it would be a much bigger issue.
Yeah, but Barry found out about him so quickly that I don't think it's going to become a thing.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, it wasn't like Joe was keeping this phone for months.
Yeah, so there's no... I'm really glad that Arrow and Flash have learned to not do this whole secret keeping for a season thing.
Yeah.
That just basically detracts from characters, and I'm really glad they stopped doing that because it was such artificial drama, in my opinion.
It puts so much, like, pressure on you to, like, want everyone to find out, and, like, on the heroes not knowing things and that getting them in trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the shark effect pretty good. I mean, it still looked like a digital creation walking in the real world, so it still kind of looked fake, but it looked pretty good. I was surprised by the amount of detail they put in it. I do think Grodd still looked better. At least the way that they framed the shots, I think they utilized what they could do better with Grodd.
Well, I think Grodd was more in the dark, too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, is that they did lighting and they did camera angles that better suited a CGI effect like that.
I really like the way Patty took charge when she saw the shark and didn't hesitate at all to confront him.
Oh, yeah, me too. She seems awesome.
Yeah, she's, like, all in on this task force thing. She's not... Like, that was her first... I know she encountered the sand guy, but the shark was a little more intimidating, I'd say.
Dude, yeah. So is that, what's his name, from the Suicide Squad?
I don't know if he's in the Suicide Squad. I know he's, I think, like, King Shark in the comics or something like that.
Okay, it might be a different character then. And then Harrison Wells coming in to save the day. That was pretty cool. I mean, I'm just glad.
Waiting for that conversation alone is going to make this week go by. Like, that's what's going to get me through the week.
I'm so excited. It's going to be really cool.
But I think that's all we have to say about episode 4 of Flash. I'm really excited to see where episode 5 takes us, to see how everything plays out with Wells.
Subscribe, hit like, tell your friends.
Media Men signing off.